Hey, this is Bridal Rays, and this week we're looking at a study called I Shall See God, and it's coming from Job 19:23 through 27. Now, about a year ago, we started working our way through the book of Genesis. The first book is full of themes and doctrines that each subsequent book expands and develops. If you're wanting to learn about an area of theology, which is the study of God, you must take a look at Genesis to get a complete understanding. Now, most recently, we've looked at the life of Abraham. Much of what we know about the salvation that God has given to us is rooted really in the stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Today on this study that we're looking at, we're going to take a break from Genesis and take a detour into a book about a man who was probably a contemporary of Abraham. It's Job. Like Abraham, Job had an understanding of the ways of God that probably exceeds what we would give him credit for. Job chapter 19 begins with Job defending himself against his so-called friends. Job has experienced the loss of his children, the loss of prosperity, and the loss of his health. He is experiencing the greatest pain and suffering of his life. You would expect his friends to come and encourage him. However, they level accusations against him, claiming that it is because of his sin that he's experiencing all the trouble. Of course, we know that this is not true, because at the beginning of the book, we got the inside peek. We were allowed to see that this is a test of Job's faith from God and an occasion of temptation from Satan. While Job is in his test, he feels that God has come against him like an army, sieging a city. His family want nothing to do with him, his remaining family. That is, he lost his children, remember? But his wife and maybe his other family, they didn't want anything to do with him. It says that he's become a stench in their nostrils. He has really sunk to the bottom. In verses 23 through 24, Job announces that he wishes his words to be written, engraved in the rock forever. Some commentators suggest that he is about to relay the epitaph that he wants to be inscribed on his tomb. It could be. You can't be sure of this, but what comes after would be a very fitting inscription on a tomb. What Job said all those many years ago stands today. In his words, we hear the reality of death and its destruction. He speaks of the reality of the Redeemer. And he introduces us to the reality of the resurrection.